Hey everyone, it's Adele and April from Just Say Scrap, and we are here with Throw It Together Thursday. So we are super excited about this one. We really love how it came out. So make sure you watch our video to see the 4 techniques come together. Yay, Throw It Together Thursday with our 4 antiquing techniques. So just to go over them a little bit and then to put this page together. As you kind of see, I've already laid it out here. But the first thing that we did was we used our crumpling and drying of paper and then putting ink on top of it. So we used the all-purpose mat, put that down, and then did this. Also, I realized, don't mind my happy birthday background. Ooh, look, a gem. I found a gem. I'm gonna put that on Mom's outlight. Boop, right there. So Mom is pre-celebrating my birthday, yay. Okay, I will be 30 in 2.5 weeks. How does it feel to have a 30-year-old? Anyway, oh look, antiquing, this works. I'm becoming antique.
Not yet.
Okay. Anyway, coming back to this. Crumpling the paper, then uncrumpling it, putting the ink onto an all-purpose mat and swiping that across it. Then we did our brown ink on the edges. So I have my little cheat sheet here. Brown ink on the edges. So as you see here, on the inside here, on the edges here. And then what we did next was we took an alcohol marker, and this was the muted brown specifically, and we colored different parts to make it less white and less vibrant. So this is what this looked like prior to, so you can see how muted that actually became, which is awesome. And then on Tuesday, we did the embossing with a darker color than inked. These two have not been inked yet, so we're still gonna ink those today, but this one has, so you can kind of see how much darker that has become. So what we are going to do here is we are going to take our scrap paper, and I am going to first ink these up with some toffee, and then we are going to do some of the techniques on our background page and show you how we can make a really awesome layout with this. So here we go. All right, so you could see that we inked those up and they completely changed when we inked them. So look how nice that looks. And we even did I know we did some spraying and stuff on this. I could ink that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. So I really like this layout. So I'm actually going to just scoot this to the side because I like how it's laid. And we're gonna spruce this paper up a little bit, doing a bunch of different things. So I'm actually going to start, we're gonna experiment a little. So I'm gonna just crumple it a little bit. I know it's a background paper, so it's not really easy to get it wet and then uncrumple it, but we're gonna get a little bit of texture in it by just crumpling a few, these 2 edges. Just rolling them out a little bit. Oop, I even got a little rip in there. And just to kind of go along with the look of the embossing, I actually have a gold shimmer brush right here. I'm gonna gold shimmer these corners. And then I always have to make my 3rd spot, so 1, 2, 3. Just because I like how that looks. And now we're just gonna take some toffee ink. So by doing so, I got a lot of glitter on my sponge. So I am actually going to redo the gold a little bit because I wiped it off. So didn't let that soak into my paper as well. But hey, my sponge looks cool. Okay, so we got those crumplies. And it kind of looks, do you see how it definitely is a lot more antique-y looking now? And what I also want to do, because we haven't really shared, I mean, we shared them a little bit with you, but the stamps, I'm gonna take our doily stamp. So Mom got me my blocks, or her blocks. that I'm going to use.
Really is
And
beautiful,
even
the
when it
details.
does that, it doesn't matter because it, like, you know, it gives it that vintage look, which is basically what this whole thing is. Antiquing is making things vintage. Mom said I have to flatten out the edges, but that will definitely flatten out more as we continue to work on this paper here. So we are allowed to share retiring colors with you. So far, I'm not going to share all of them really until August 1st, but if you want a regular black, black is going away. We are not getting completely rid of black. By it's going away, meaning that we are only going to have archival and intense black, not a normal black. The difference that I find with this, like I like stamping things like this with this because it is a little bit less intense. It doesn't stay on your paper as much, I would say, right? So it is nice to have kind of a more muted black that does kind of fade away into the background. So if that is something that you think you want, I would get it before it disappears.
And the re-inker.
And the re-inker, yes. I am like, what is this, five generations? So, all right. Do you like that?
Yes, I do.
I know the black made it a little bit darker, but the point of doing that was when we put our papers and our cardstocks on it. See how that fits in really nicely because I have those zigzags that kind of work with our paper. I know this is just completely random and it's like, you know, I just threw background paper together, but doesn't that look really cool?
Yes, it does. So pretty.
So now,
and I love this. I love this design too.
thank you.
That's
Now
cool.
we are going to glue. So as you saw there, I pulled this one up because I realized I did want to pop things and I had forgotten to do so. So I've been using our Tombow Mono Air. This one is great because it is refillable. Also, it's dot glue, which we've talked about in the past. But also, as you saw, it was pretty easy for me to pull up. So because I had just put it down, it was kind of repositionable for the time being. And then the longer it sits on your page, it becomes permanent. So you do have the option to, you know, change things up a little bit if you don't love it exactly how it is. So yeah, that's my little tip. All right, so as you saw, I kind of put a lot of foam tape on the back of these. That's because we've noticed in older albums when we tried to be frugal with it, I guess you can say, it started to like warp and stuff in our album. So we really like to put a lot of foam tape on the back so that does not happen. But this is done with 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch pieces. So you can see you can put photos on them. You will lose a little bit of your, you know, antiquing and stuff. But if you wanted to, you could totally add photos to any of these. And, you know, even just, if you wanted to keep the antiquing, you put a flip flap on it and an embellishment and then you flip flap it. But you really can put photos wherever you want. I'm not gluing these down because I kind of really like the antiquing. But just to show you, you can, you know, and it looks a lot more antiqued. Or even if you have 2x2 photos, you can put a 2x2 and then you're not going to lose as much of the antiquing. So that is our Technique Tuesday, using all 4 of our antiquing techniques and just kind of throwing a few of them together to create that background. You know, we kind of used the brown ink throughout it. We did do some 2nd generation stamping, which is another technique that's not on there, but you can be used as and antiquing techniques. Then we did crumble the edges just to, I think it looks really cool, especially with the ink, you know, how that kind of picks up here. It does this. And to kind of pull in that embossing, we used the gold shimmer brush, which I can now shimmer some more. Look how cool that looks though. It like just looks so good on the black.
It does.
As it falls off the table. But I have to do a little bit more up here. Shimmer! Oh, it just looks so good. So that is our Throw It Together Thursday. And that's Throw It Together Thursday. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. But isn't it awesome?
Yes, it is.
It's so much fun. Antiquing is just a great thing, and it doesn't just have to be for memory albums or history or heritage, anything like that. You really can use it for anything you want to, with all different kinds of colors. So, all right, we'll see you next Tuesday when we are in Vermont. Yay! See you then. Bye.
Bye.
And shoot, I just got monsooned on. Shake it up. Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. My sparkly toffee now. Well, this toffee is gonna forever be sparkly. I wanna be forever sparkly.